thing with a multiverse is that it's a clever concept if it's not overdone.
But it's essentially a trope. I like to call it like a remix.
It's where we can't use that actor anymore, so we're going to multiverse it, and we're going to use different actors to play the same character along a similar timeline, if that timeline is verged off. Like, the biggest example of that is the Star Trek reboot.
Yes, that was questionable. In Star Trek 2009, this branch has been created. In effect, even though it's never really said in the movies, it's just for convenience, but they have in effect created a multiverse, because now we've got this new series of events which mirror what happens in the original timeline, and it was a very convenient way of having new versions of the characters do new things where anything's possible, but maintaining the integrity. Because what a lot of people worried about, and I was one of those people, are we saying that we're wiping out 40, 50 years worth of history here?
I'd also say it didn't maintain any integrity, especially if you've watched Into Darkness.
Oh my god. So they go back in time, and because something's different now, it's created a branch, and Spock talks about it. This is a whole new series of events, whatever our lives were. He basically says it to us, doesn't he, to say, like, don't worry, your old Star Trek is fine, this is a new Star Trek. But let me put it to you, Star Trek 4, they go back in time to get some whales, things happen. Have they created a multiverse there?
They have.
There's a probe or something come to Earth. It's looking for whales. I like that they never explain it, but it's making these noises, trying to contact whales.
There's consequences there, though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's good, because whales are actually extinct at this point. These noises they're making without knowing it, they're ripping the Earth to pieces by, without meaning to. And Spock, out of nowhere, why don't you go back in time, get some more? I don't know whose idea it is, right?
Well, to be fair, Spock does a little bit of research. He translates to what it sounds like underwater, and he matches it up to humpback whales.
That is actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fine. The problem with it, right, is when, I can't remember whose idea it is, but it's, right, we need to go back and get some whales from the past. All of a sudden, Spock works out this equation, like fling around the sun.
But he did it before, though, in TOS.
Did he?
That's how he knew how to do it.
If it's something they've done before, and they know they can do it, why don't they do it again? Like, when the Borg are coming, or why didn't Spock do it again?
I feel like we're in a paradox here.
Yeah, the Best of Both Worlds episode where the Borg look unstoppable, Wolf 359 and all that. Do you remember that time Spock went back in time?
Yeah.
Let's get him to fling around the sun again. Say, hang on, everyone, Borg will come in. They shouldn't have done it, basically, because it's bullshit. You can't just chuck something like that in there and never use it ever again. That's basically what you're doing there. You're breaking every story that's going to follow after, because you've always got that option. In Star Trek 2009, why didn't Spock just go back in time? Yeah. Right? So he's built this contraption that will cause a black hole. I want to address this now. He creates this device that has red matter. He's going to drop it to stop the supernova, whatever he's. I'll go back a month, because why are they doing it just in time?
Dramatic. Yeah, I mean, Star Trek was probably one of the more widely watched films which kind of created this parallel universe.
Without even meaning to, really. It didn't want to. It wasn't, the film wasn't about that. They did that because they wanted to appease older fans, but gain new ones.